These theories will make you question everything. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check them out.
Now this is incredible. Have you ever experienced deja vu? If you've ever had the feeling of having lived a moment before, you've already experienced deja vu, an inexplicable phenomenon. And what if you had actually already lived that moment? The theory put forward suggests that our consciousness has already lived thousands of different lives before. And when we die, the bright light we see at the end of the tunnel is actually a form of rebirth into the world. As a baby, it is said that between the ages of 1 and 3, memories are being erased from your previous life. That's why we don't remember anything at the age. And sometimes not all memories are erased properly, which is why we can have this deja vu sensation, which is actually a remnant of memories from our past life, but we don't know it. The deja vu you experience would therefore be truly real. The interesting part is that new experiences you do in your life could lead to future deja vu experiences in another life. Now this is incredible.
So that is why people believe in reincarnation right there. Right there. And those deja vu moments don't do nothing but add fuel to it. Like, I get it now. I see. Those moments feel weird. Like, when you have deja vu, it feels so weird. It's undescribable. It's undescribable, bro. It's beyond. Like, and to think that could be your mind, you know what I mean, going back to another life that you had. Bro, just be easy. Be easy with me. I'm fragile. What do you mean? My mind is going back to another life. Like, yeah, that's crazy to think of. But what else explains deja vu, though? This feels right, though.
Let's talk about something new. Have you ever heard about glitch? Like an error in life that is called glitch in the matrix. Have you ever known about deja vu, time traveling and everything? Today I'm going to tell you a story time about time traveling, deja vu and matrix glitch in the matrix that happened with me a while ago. Abhi kuch din pehle I was watching a video on TikTok. It was of a girl. वो बता रही थी कि मैं I don't know where she was. I don't know the whole story. I don't remember it like as it was. लेकिन all I remember was the highlight, right? तो उसमें ये था कि वो जो औरत थी वो पानी पी रही थी, a full bottle, and after a while she drank that same bottle again to show us, and she said कि she suffered through a glitch of matrix. मतलब कि उसका मकसद ये था वीडियो बनाने का कि माई हस्बैंड इज़ इन द शॉप एंड ही डिडंट ब्रिंग मी अ न्यू बॉटल. तो मैं जो पहले पानी पिया वो भी उतना ही भरा हुआ था, और जब मैंने दोबारा पानी पिया तो फिर भी वो उतना ही भरा हुआ था, मतलब वो कम नहीं हुआ. सो राइट, डू यू गेट माई पॉइंट? आई होप यू गेट इट. सो समहाउ इट हैपेंड टू मी टू टुडे. नॉट द एग्जैक्ट सेम थिंग बट सिमिलर. लेट मी टेल यू. सो व्हाट हैपेंड कि जब भी मैं बैठी होती हूँ अपने कमरे में, आई जस्ट टर्न द टीवी ऑन just to not feel alone, right? I get scared of sitting in my room, और मेरा आज बैठना इसलिए ज़रूरी था, और वैसे भी होता है basically when I'm doing some work, when I'm doing an assignment of the university या कोई ऐसा काम कर रही हूँ जिसके लिए focus की ज़रूरत है, and I need to be alone away from people and thoughts, right? Diversion.
She's telling the story in 2 different languages, which is like, I don't even see how she's doing that, but I'm following along so far. Are y'all?
ना होता के काम में, तो I just turn the TV on ताकि अकेलापन ना महसूस हो. It is like their image is moving and it's fine. It's रौनक लगती है उससे. It's just my point of view. I have no idea. So just like always, I turned the TV on and I sat on the laptop and started typing and doing the work. I was using the cell phone and the laptop together. तो मेरा फोकस टीवी पे भी बीच में जाता है, लाइक नज़र पड़ जाती है, कभी सामने टीवी लगा हुआ है और एकदम राइट. तो हम टीवी का एक ड्रामा लगा हुआ था. आई डोंट नो द नेम ऑफ द ड्रामा, लेकिन आई थिंक वो फरहान सईद का ड्रामा है. आई हैव नो आइडिया व्हाट इट इज़. मैं नहीं हम टीवी देखती, बस लगा होता है एंड यू नो बस लगा ही होता है, वो मोस्टली देखती नहीं हूँ कि क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा. बट टुडे नाइट, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले, आई थिंक इट वाज 11 PM आई थिंक, तो आई वाज सिटिंग एंड डूइंग माई वर्क. मेरा फोकस एकदम टीवी की तरफ जाता है. एंड व्हेन आई लुक एट इट, देयर इज़ अ सीन, एक सीन चल रहा है जिसमें एक बंदा खड़ा हुआ है पगड़ी वाला, राइट. और उसी के साथ जो है वो आई डोंट नो द एक्टर्स नेम, आई डोंट रिमेंबर द एक्टर्स नेम, वो जो सजल अली का हस्बैंड था पहला, मुझे नाम नहीं याद आ रहा, उसका जो अब्बा है ना, उसका वो था सीन. तो वो वहाँ वो सीन एग्जैक्ट चल रहा था. एंड आई जस्ट लुक्ड एट इट व्हाइल डूइंग माई वर्क. आई लुक्ड एट इट एंड वो पूरा सीन चला कोई 2-3 मिनट का. सो देन आई टर्न माई फोकस बैक ऑन द वर्क एंड आई फॉरगॉट कि टीवी लगा हुआ है या नहीं लगा हुआ. ओके, 15-16 मिनट्स के बाद मैं दोबारा उसी तरह टीवी पे देखती हूँ और फिर वही सीन चल रहा है. एंड आई वाज लाइक, वेट, डिडंट आई सी इट जस्ट अ व्हाइल अगो? एंड आई गेट कंफ्यूज्ड क्योंकि डिटो वही सीन चल रहा है मेरे सामने और ड्रामे को इतना टाइम भी नहीं हुआ कि वो रिपीट पे लगाए हैं, अगले दिन लगाते हैं. उसी टाइम तो नहीं लगाते थे, 15 मिनट बाद ही एक सीन चल जाए. बट इट वॉज द एग्जैक्ट सेम थिंग, इट वॉज द एग्जैक्ट सेम थिंग, like 2 times in front of me. What was it? Was it glitch in the matrix? Was it an error? Was it time traveling? What was I?
I think that's more so a glitch in the matrix as well. Like our simulation, if we're in a simulation, our simulation be glitching, man. It be glitching, bro. And you'll find yourself, like I mention all the time, like sometimes I feel like I'm driving and I'll forget that I'm driving and I just get so caught up. I don't know if that's a glitch or I can't remember the last 5 minutes of me driving or something like that. I don't know if that's a glitch. And plus, like, deja vus, bro. Those feelings make me extremely nervous because that feeds into all of the information I've downloaded into my brain about simulations and parallel universes and other lives and different things like that. Children, like, you know how they talk about children being born with the information from the past life and then the memory fades away. It doesn't happen all the time. Like, explain this stuff then. If y'all don't want us thinking this stuff or believing this stuff, explain what we're going through or feeling.
So, I came up with a theory on deja vu. Whenever we think about deja vu, it's always such a strange feeling, such a strange emotion, like how you can't actually explain it. So I thought about it in terms of past lives and the Big Bang, right? Whenever you think you have a past life, you think about yourself as a pharaoh or a frog or whoever. But what about this? Think about the Big Bang, right? If you believe in the science, it happens, it goes along, there's dinosaurs, the Ice Age, then it comes to you being born, you live your life and you die. And then the world continues, and then at the end, the sun erupts. In that explosion, the Big Bang starts again. The Big Bang starts, the world continues, there's dinosaurs, the Ice Age, you're born whichever year you're born, you live your life the exact same way you lived your life the first time, you die, the world continues, the sun erupts. And it keeps going in this continuous cycle. And the reason you can get deja vu is because you're actually remembering all those times because you've lived your life so many different times.
That's what a lot of people feel, man. And they don't sound crazy. They don't. I don't know, should I be scared about that or not? But they don't seem crazy about what they're saying. And what's funny is you low-key feel that way too. Maybe not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all feel just like he does about deja vu. Maybe not in that sequence with the whole Big Bang, the sun, then dinosaurs, Ice Age, then us, then whatever. You may not look at it like that, but you're still in the same vein as him with your beliefs as far as that goes.
When I first saw this comment, I was like, no, this is not what I'm talking about. This is not deja vu. But it reminded me of this conversation I had with one of my best friends. We were on the phone and I told him my theory of deja vu. And then I kind of put it together in my head Islamically. Okay, so let me tell you what we already know. Because what do we know about the feeling of deja vu? The feeling of deja vu feels like, oh my God, I've been here before. It's feeling like, oh my God, I was wearing the same outfit. Oh my God, I was talking to this camera. Oh my God, I saw these flowers next to me. Oh my God, like I literally feel like I was in this kitchen and it was dark outside. Like that's what deja vu feels like. Deja vu feels like we've been here before. So that's why I'm like, no, our dreams, we weren't there before. It can't be deja vu. So then I was thinking, it's the multiple realities theory that I have with that combines the expansion of the universe and predestination with our free will. So we know that in Islam we have free will, right? So they say the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, let him believe in, whoever wills, let him disbelieve. And in another part, surely this is a reminder, so let whoever wills take the right way to their Lord. So we all pretty much know that in Islam, free will is a whole thing, okay? But we also know that indeed, we have created everything perfectly preordained. So Allah has already predestined everything. He already knows everything that's going to happen. Because remember, Allah exists out of time. And if you want to visualize how he exists out of time, it's the same way that we exist out of 2D because we're in 3D. So this guy here, he can't move out of this page into the 3D world. He can only move up and he can only move out, X and Y axis. We're on a Z axis. We can do 3D, forward and back. This guy can't. Allah can do every single dimension, beyond the fourth dimension, beyond the fifth dimension, beyond any dimension. He created the dimensions, right? So Allah, he is the same way we're beyond being stuck on a piece of paper and only moving forward, like only moving left, right, up, down. It's the same way Allah is beyond everything.
I didn't know people took it this deep. You know what I mean? I knew there would be some religious ties into it, of course, because you're feeling like you've been here before, and then you bring in talks of reincarnation and different things like that. So I knew religion would most definitely be tied into it, but she took it to a whole nother place, and it made me think about the multiverse theory. You know what I mean? And different things like that. Or when they get in space, how they talk about, you know, time and different things like that and how it moves and how you move with that. How do we get here? How do we get here? Because deja vu, for me, I used to always attest it to dreams. Oh, that was a dream I had and I just happened to dream this situation happening. But the older I got, it was like, are you sure? Because this just feels so real, like I've been here. Not like a dream, like I've been here.
This video is for those of you who experience deja vu often because you're clairvoyant and you're actively getting premonitions. These may come to you as a memory, or it may come to you as something that you don't know that you have experienced before. I'm letting you know a future version of you has experienced it as a dream, or a future version has experienced it and you're getting that as a memory, and that's why it came to you as deja vu. This video is for the...
How often, I wonder, can we quantify? And what does that mean if we have a lot of deja vu? And if we have a little bit? Some people may say they don't have deja vu at all. What does that even mean? I wonder what that means when you quantify it. Interesting. Y'all are bringing about a whole lot of questions with this and sparking a whole lot of thought in my brain with this deja vu.
You have those moments when...
What if...
You have those...
What if when we're experiencing deja vu, like we're remembering something that we've done before, we're actually just hopping timeline? What if when we...
See? More people are unplugging that matrix cord out the back of their head, bro. They're getting wise to what's going on, or they're searching for answers. Either way.
You're not going to believe this. We have finally found an answer to what deja vu truly is. So when we sleep, our soul leaves our body. We're astral projecting, we're traveling around, doing all the fun things. And when that happens, there's times where we're shown different timelines for our human vessel. And at that time, our soul will pick one. Now, obviously, when we come back into our human body, we don't remember what we picked. So then when you're living it out and you have that deja vu moment, that's your human body experiencing what your soul has already seen. You're having like a little moment of remembrance. You're not going to believe this.
So we're choosing it. We're choosing how, our soul is choosing how this thing is going to play out, is what she's saying. That's interesting. Because my only rebuttal to that or question to that would be, okay, what about the people who don't experience deja vu? Do they not have a soul, or what does that mean for them? Because there are people out there who will tell you they don't experience or have never experienced deja vu. So what does that say about their soul?
Say hell is real. Maybe the reason that deja vu is a thing and we're doing something and we're like, I've been here before in this exact moment doing this exact thing is because we have. What if this is our because we've lived this life over and over and over on repeat, because that is our punishment. If you were a good person before, maybe you're a famous person and you have a good life and you're rich and you're fulfilled. But if you were a bad person before, then your life that you have to go through over and over is a one. Look how the world is going to look at it. This is
I knew somebody was gonna make me I knew somebody was gonna make me look at this thing and be like, give you like a nervous feeling about it, a somewhat scared feeling about it now. You know what I mean? Gosh. Oh man, now that's in my brain. You gotta consider all possibilities. So now you gotta sit back and look at this and be like, okay, dang, I hope I was good in my past life. How do you even know? Do you judge it based upon the life that you're living now? And then now do you say to yourself, okay, from now on, I need to make sure that I fly right, walk straight, all of that type of stuff. So each life after is better and better and better for me.
Are we living in a simulation? Why do we deja vu? I have a couple things to touch on today, but hi, conspiracy watchers. I have written down quite a bit for us to talk about. A lot of people believe today that we are living in a simulation, or the Matrix. Basically, a lot of people think that we're living in a game. Some people think, did we switch from zombies to multiplayer? Some people wonder, why do we put one person in charge of a whole country? Are those the makers of the games? Are those the people that control us? Are those the people that run the simulation? When it's dark outside, is that when they turn off the computer and they're done playing with us till tomorrow? The more you think about it, the crazier it is. Like Mandela effects. Is that a glitch in the Matrix? Is it something that we do remember, but they coded the game again? Now we're supposed to be remembering something else? When you're talking about something really important, then suddenly forget? That the programmer's being like, that NPC's thinking too much. Like, see my other NPC videos. Like, are we actually the NPCs? For deja vu, why does that happen? I believe it happens because we're right on track. Let me elaborate. There's a person out there who is like me, living my lives, making choices just like me. Whenever we randomly get that gut feeling that we've done something wrong or that something's wrong, maybe it's the person making the wrong choices. And when you deja vu, it's showing you you're making the right choices, you're on the right track. Basically, it's showing you you've made this decision before, this is the right decision to make, and this is the right track you're supposed to be on. Like, is there another person out there that is playing the same character as me, but making different choices? I am not 100% sure though. Everything stated in this video is not facts, solely conspiracy theories. But yes, let me know what you think. I also did want to state that this is an open account, so you can DM me any stories on Instagram, and I will put...
That's interesting, man. Could there be somebody, and that goes back to the multiverse or parallel universe type theories. We have, could it be possible we have multiple going on at the same time? And maybe what we experience is what's happening in another one. Maybe you saw it and it's not sitting right. And everything you feel or you see in the experiences has to do with your soul. How many of y'all have thought about this? Like really, really, truly, truly sat down and thought about it? Not many, right? Maybe a few. Good, maybe. But deja vu. Even when we talk about it, it's normally quick. We discuss it with somebody or we say, oh my gosh, I just feel like a deja vu moment. Y'all laugh about it and then move on. But really sit down and really even look it up and see what type of answer you get when you look it up on the internet. Do some deep diving in it. See what you come back with.
What's a conspiracy theory that you 1,000% believe in?
I feel like deja vu is a real thing. Like, I don't know how many times I don't had a dream where like I dreamt about something and it felt real, and then either like a couple of weeks later or even a couple months later or even a couple of years later, like it came true. And I was just like, man, like I feel like I've been here before. And what I think is happening is I think that whenever we are sleeping, our consciousness basically can experience future events. And depending on whatever choices you decide to make right now will dictate whether or not that dream or deja vu actually comes into fruition. I feel like our consciousness can traverse the time. Like I feel like whenever we dream, that's how we can like not predict the future, but basically experience the future in a way. And I feel like in order for us to experience the past, we have to be awake and like basically like almost like you know you just sitting down and you just thinking about the past. You hear a song and you just be like, you just feel like you're there in the past. But in order for you to be in the future, you have to be asleep, and that's what's so crazy.
What's a conspiracy?
So your thoughts become things. Where have you heard that before? How do you manifest the life that you want? You think the thoughts, right? Then this is based on his thought process of it, right? Thoughts become things is basically what he was saying. And you lay down, your conscience goes forward, kind of produces that thought for you. And then the decisions you make decides whether or not you achieve that goal. So you've always heard people say manifest, do vision boards, do different things like that. Start thinking it and you'll achieve it. And then when you get there, you'll have that deja vu moment. Because I kind of manifested this life or this situation or this experience that I wanted. You're on to something, sweetie. She said, what if when you have deja vu, we're actually just feeling what we're doing, but in a different dimension? You're on to something, sweetie. You're on to something.
You have those moments where you're like, and you have like, oh, I lived this before. Deja vu.
Deja vu, yeah.
You know the theory about deja vu? The saying is when you die, you see that light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that light.
Oh wait, I think I heard this one. Yeah.
Fam, this is so. That the light at the end of the tunnel is the hospital light where you're born a new life.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? So the reason why every newborn baby cries when they're born is because you just lost. They know they lost all their memories and they can't see no one in their past life before. Do you remember anything from, I guess?
Yeah, I think I've heard these two talk about it before. I think either them or Joe Rogan is where I got that whole baby thing from about babies. You know what I mean? Remembering that's why they're crying and stuff like that. So that's scary. But then you hear those stories, and there are some stories out there of kids just being like, you know, riding in the car, talking to their parent, and they just mention something that strikes a chord with the parent to where the parent just gets the feeling. Normally kids say a lot of things, just random things. But this in particular time, they said something and that parent is just, they couldn't shake it. They couldn't shake it. And then they asked the kid to elaborate on it and kid starts going in depth and you start realizing that something's up here. There are countless stories out there like that.
Hi, yeah. My son's always been like that since he could speak. I would consider myself spiritual, but I didn't mention it around him because naturally I'm interested to see sort of how kids' spirituality develops on their own when you don't give them sort of boundaries and barriers. My very conservative father disagrees and thinks he should just have a good hiding, but I digress. So I used to be a funeral director. Don't know if I've mentioned it before. I used to subscribe to a magazine called the Funeral Director Times or something similar, and there was one magazine on top of a pile that I was sorting out in the spare bedroom. My son came in, he must have been about 3, I suppose, 2, 3, and he saw the hearse on the front and said, "Oh, I went in one of those when I was a bigger boy." I said, "Did you? What do you mean?" And he just repeated it. But, you know, 3-year-olds live in their own world, so...
See, this is what I was talking about, how they say something, and they say a lot of stuff. But it's just one thing that always stands out and rubs you wrong, and you're like, I need to kind of, this don't sit right with me.
He's going to do what he's going to do, right? Now, his dad wasn't really open to that kind of spiritual mumbo-jumbo, so just ignored it. And we were on the way to the hospital in Portsmouth once, and we passed by a block of flats and he pointed one out. I used to live there when I was a bigger boy. Now, I told my dad this story because even though he's quite conservative, he's open to that sort of stuff. I think it's where I get it from. My dad asked where the flats were, so I described where they were, and he said, I lived there in my 20s with my first wife. So one way or another, if it's a past life thing or if it's genetic memory, who knows? I mean, the only research I've really done on that is through Assassin's Creed. Also, I was tucking him into bed the other night, and he said, I love you, Mum. I, of course, said, I love you too, and gave him a cuddle, and he smiled and he said, you and I, in 30 years, it would just be you and I. This was about 10:30 at night, so I wasn't ready to get into that. Okay, darling. But again, he thinks. He's a deep thinker. Me and his stepdad go to church, and we bring him along if he wants to go. We always give him the option. He's not baptised, and I don't think he should do it until he's older if he wants to. But this is within the past 6 months, so it was never a thing before when I was with my ex-husband. He also told me about how he chose me to be his mum. He remembers seeing lots of mummies and daddies, but he had to choose, and he chose me because I was so beautiful, which, is so cute, but again, where's that come from?
Exactly.
Didn't mention it in the parenting books. Hi, yeah.
That type of stuff will stress you out as a parent, man. Because now this stuff is, the kid will say it and then they'll go on about their day. But you'll analyze, overanalyze, reanalyze, and analyze some more, won't we? As a parent. And then the first time, you're like, okay, I'm just thinking too much. Then y'all riding down the road and he points and says it again. Now it's back in your brain again. Like, this is what I was talking about, man. But it's got to be something to it, right? We're not crazy, are we? It's got to be something to it. I just think it's very, very interesting, very, very strange. You know what I mean? But maybe that's what we're here to do, figure this type of stuff out. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought about this deja vu theories and some of the theories we heard today about deja vu. All right? Leave a like, share the video, subscribe, and stick around and stay tuned. Next one, I'm gone.